All right, welcome to the preliminary budget meeting for June 6th. Call the meeting to order. Are there any public comments for items on the agenda? Moving on. So, for first year, Jill, Shelley, kind of what our goal is to go through the budget. And this is kind of the wish list budget of what the guys want. And then once we do our final budget and get everything revenue and everything closed out after the end of the year, and then we set the budget through the preliminary budget meeting, which is generally September time frame. So that's why I'm fine doing that. We should do this. So our department heads will come and talk through what the plan is, what they need to increase, decrease. And then if we have the revenue at the end of the year, then we can start the final budget for the following fiscal year. So Clay, you're up first. So,
left everything the same. I believe on revenue. I'll do this to make it next on the regular. I might have talked to my more billable columns a little bit. This week, we do this past year. Prepare construction. Your electric cells that went up just as our rate increases.
I calculated the rate increase, yeah.
Before we get on the grant, the bundle waiver has been put in, and so we're just waiting on a public opinion.
Has it gone out for public opinion?
Not that I can see, but I put it in, so I guess once it goes out to public opinion, then it has to. Then it gets approved. And once we have a waiver, form, we can use the system. So that's the only way now.
Basically, we're just waiting for public comment, but
That's it. So,
Who's responsible for posting for the public comment?
public area. Yeah. So it's. So it's federal, it's closed out.
Yeah.
So, other than that, revenue stayed the same. We want to move to the expenditure. We look at everything's pretty much the exact same that we had the year before. There's some items that pending already with salary, standby time, overtime, we can't add that, so it's not going to be. Everything else, the only thing I double check here. Everything I did up was my operating supplies, very deployed. What's the last cost? And that's everything. Something I did put in my 5-year plan is that our little white truck is cost like $15,000 this year. And it's, so we're looking at leasing. I'm actually able to get maybe we'll look at leasing that and I don't pay my 5-year plan out a month, but they're saying 2,500. You need that?
That'd be awesome.
So it's pretty affordable. The mileage not 15,000 miles a year, but usually 15,000 a year. It'll back and forth and stuff.
so you think it's lease to purchase?
So the way I've been told, what I've been seeing, a lot of people lease. So because it means No, it's
Still
not.
return it.
You sell it to a private company and then you would make the money back off. There's a lot of people that are using vehicles and so you would lease it to purchase, but then sell it to somebody else that you would lease. So
Then I'll take a lot of these companies don't want to sell their third party.
they do because another license trying to do that with us.
Oh, okay.
On the areas. We don't need another. So. So I mean, we could lease the purchase, but I don't know the option of leasing is make us a little more stuff as well. And you want to move something out of here, but it's kind of like the lease that found that one of the excavator. Just like we can't really do it, so. Is that kind of, yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at for that also. So this is I'm just saying, over, so. Definitely not as big of a hit to the budget as we were to buy something right outright, and it keeps us on path of keeping a vehicle, so we're not going down $15,000 to $20,000 a year to spend in this vehicle. So
Is the bucket the problem or the truck the problem with the current equipment?
both. So we've had a hydraulic pumps go, we've had hoses go, we've also had a PT issue, and we've had injectors on the bucket, and transmission issues on the bucket, so it's just it's so much more. So it is. 99, and it's only got like 47,000 miles on it, but here you can see those miles are all rough. Okay. And we took it in to have the transmission work, they wanted to highlight. You said take stuff with this, I was like, no one comes out with it, take stuff, but it was pretty good working. When the Forest Service was overhead, we were going to do it, as fast as it could, very much so, so I'm like,
No.
yeah, I just let it keep going. I was like, oh, this is awesome. Thanks. Oh, so. And then you would have to get rid of that truck. It could be a emergency truck or something like the water management will be like. So, that could be used for it.
So we got you guys for,
So, we can work on that.
it seems one way, doesn't it? It's like,
Oh my goodness.
And we didn't have a full box issue, you know, so.
yeah.
How long of a lease were you looking at?
So that's kind of where we were here discussing, so I was thinking, you know, probably middle range, in 72 right there. So by then, we start to see issues come out with the truck, and so it will be kind of use pressure. But then it's not for such a short lease thing, you know, we can know the product, so.
So we're looking at the municipal lease purchase, right? Not the fair market value lease.
That's, I don't know, so I've never leased anything, so I would need no wisdom for that, so. I just want came up because I was talking to Dusty about it, because reading this history about it too. And we're going to have a hard time just trying to figure out the score on any way was this year. And then we used to know the bills, and I know this is a new. So, it was to do that, it could work the rest of the so, all 6 letters in accounting, 2 operators, or estimator for all of these. It's like I loaded it up this year, my season, it says everything we need. Because service except for oil, filters, fluid, basically, using samples and get tested. There's all of our. So that's kind of what we were thinking about, like, if it's working really well for them, we'd like to see get more for us. And I'm not looking for the bottom truck, but I think if you look at the systems that want to call that, we talk to the other people, there's a, third one, everybody that's system. And then, we're not talking to Roland on everything, so it's kind of, we have local relations, if we have, if there is these programs.
So this is the first time I've looked at, form 1 4, so I'm reading that right, advertising. 350 is what was the budget this size, and it was bumped up. So Clay's requesting bump up to 500, am I reading that right? Yeah.
And I forgot about that one. I did that just because we went over. So if we go over in a line item, I try to cover it, but never want to go over. When I see them, this kind of thing at 415. Maybe we should bump it up a little bit, just so that way we're not having parking lots.
That's not good one.
So then the BPA incentive refunds, what's going on there, where it went down to 10,000?
Yeah, that's something that we can't really predict, so,
The public utilizing the rebate.
Okay.
yeah.
That's not a,
As long as it's like this, you know.
We, it runs through the account, but we don't remember.
Okay.
any major projects.
Yes, so, we've already done those, we got, we working on line three, over there on line three. We're going to be taking it from the one copper wire, and just, the tree comes down. The wire sitting on the top, but it's not clear to go break easier when the trees come down. I don't like to use equipment like that, so we're gonna put that up. Already started the process, already got the underground wire ordered, so everything up to the actual Iron Creek will be underground. We're gonna have overhead and continue basically cement it all the way down.
The Fox line.
Yep.
The first one there, so you get to the top, will be on the ground.
Yep.
Up to,
So this is a set of underground, so. Up underground, and then we actually got a piece of line that goes from Iron Creek to North Road. We're right through the middle of a swamp, so if it ever dries up this year, the goal is to replace that, and that was put in by January, in like 1970. So, and they dug it with a grader. And they never got to it. So where the creek runs down through there is where the water is. So every day they have power is a great day for them. So that's something that I'll make up and I going, oh, please let's make sure it's still working. So our plan is to replace that this year. So that way we can get into this third part. Like eliminate that thing. Well, and we're redoing what we call patio. So that's all steel wire. We got nothing in the wire on the dock for real design. So that's getting all replaced with new wire up there. So we've spent the last 4 years basically not as running the system as improving as we could, but doing a lot of tree trimming. And I'm to the point where it's not as much tree trimming as we could. We can happen really well, a lot of hot spots, but that's not up there. And start to actually do these improvements for the long last. I got a butt kick by this storm. all of them all, so.
Mhm.
That's fine.
Do we have anything set aside for equipment fund?
There was one last year, but I don't think like.
Machinery and equipment, 25,000. So we have 25,000.
That's what was with last year, so I just left that alone because I we didn't talk about it tonight.
It's not a time number. Three or four.
Nice, so we-
Where it says account,
Yeah,
that should be the whole.
that's your goals for your supplies, electric, safe, electric, no, since we have 25,000 for equipment, is that figured into this year's?
No, I don't have those numbers when I sent this out.
Okay.
So that was, I just left it what it was last year,
Yeah,
because I had, we had talked about at least for this, or at least for 6 years, so I didn't want to put any other numbers down, so I didn't put it. So.
And then if you have to have something fixed, they come to you, you've got, like, some places that they have, so, or is that included?
I'm not sure, that is the only paperwork I've got, and they say they're gonna get me a hard copy of what this would look like, so that's like, one of the release to do.
Some of those, just says it when they,
Yeah, what's on their meals and their travel time.
well, yeah, it just bothers me with the leases, we put ourselves in there and we'll spend, so that's what my big, like worry is.
It's a lease, would the motor vehicle maintenance potentially go down since this is 20,000?
Potentially, it might take a year for it to go down before we start to see the, trust and everything even out, because I don't know how long out before the lease would even get the truck. So if we were to purchase the existing vehicle, it's 2 or 3 years out. So, but I think with the lease, they have one, but the lease they're already on, it's not special order, we're just doing basically running the truck, so.
You want to lease the truck and the skid steer? This year, but you don't have that. lease
Well,
price.
yeah,
Skid steer.
fixtures and sewer water.
Yeah. And we haven't got any paperwork back for that, so.
I think probably one thing we need to do is find out more about those, whether the what's the availability, whether the off the lot is given, what our maintenance, total maintenance cost versus what the, if it's drive time and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, I just got this.
yeah, so, no worries, so, yeah. 'Cause I know it took us, what, 18 months to get the other bucket truck?
A little bit longer, it was like 23,
Yeah.
so.
Um, and then did you, start putting away, so our plan, so worst case scenario, or best case scenario, if we get our meter grant, we can reapply for that yearly, or,
No, they have not put that out again.
yeah, you know,
No, so, EEP, they started at 7 years with the funding. For administration, we then applied for all funding now, so, for the water with the water, there is no extra funding. And doing the electric meters right here, I mean, it's been what we did have for the same year. 9,460, 0, so 3 or 4, so that was 91,000. But I don't have to use it once, our plan was a slow roll on this, so we do the first installment, and then I'm sure you'll never install the meters, because we can it's a learning process for how the users work, where to put them, to make sure that they are efficient for our system, so.
So is 191,000, is that full blown all the way,
It would be close,
bringing it up?
yeah, it would be close to every year before. So, in our original grant, we only have 50,000, that's what we're left. So, and that gives us 212, so.
I have a question, being new. Because the fiscal year is almost over, so some of that you're kind of spent on, you guys go spend money at the end of the year to stock up on supplies and stuff, but other places have seen, I'm not going to see. You always tend to go spend what they're, or you just want to carry over into the next year.
That's what I was saying, we don't carry into.
General.
What they don't use.
Yeah, the general fund.
So that's my question then, so do you go spend money to, because that you're spending 41% on different things.
Is it something that we can just spend money on? So if we're like to justify it, there's no need to spend that type of money, then we'll just.
That's a good point.
Sometimes do.
For the electric, on my construction supplies, we better, I did spend a lot after talking to TJ. Just so we can start getting all the equipment in place for Iron Creek, so that way we're not waiting for July to buy equipment. Since we're running to the cost, we can get it going now, so.
What's going on with 941 transformers? Goes from 141, 827 to 60.
I will be honest with you, I do not know where the 141 came from, but actually we have a lot of people in here working numbers. I would never put 141,000 for transformers, because that would be a lot of money in transformers.
Did we want to stop funding?
They paid for it.
So we bought it initially.
I think for every transformer we buy, they pay.
So I bet you what happened was we rolled it over from fiscal year 22-24, that number got put in the budget last year.
Yeah.
And then it never got, just like the museum construction.
Yeah, that's where I was like, I don't know where the number came from, so. Because I'm going, yeah. So when we were here last year, we talked between 60 and 80, and I think it was actually 80. I was like, that's a big year already, and so then. Just like I talked to Lisa, was like, the same number that was on there 2 months ago.
We put together a 5-year plan.
It's a credit.
I do it every year, so it's just kind of like, you guys can see where we're going, what our goals are, you know. We got 2 resumes already for the summer help. So, maybe we'll get more, so we'll see how it works, so. Other than that, we can still get more work. More work to be done, and more time.
If you have 2 resumes in, you can interview soon.
I'm hoping to get more of this too. If you just get 2 at the end of this week, then we'll try to schedule some.
I've had at least one more inquiry for the application.
No, I think we're gonna have that on Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
So, Thursday. I gotta see what we do on that. So, you gotta have to.
Well, everything proposed on the budget, I mean, some of them are higher, if you just round it up, considering what we spent. I don't see any else.
It really depends on the weather and how much you spend. So, I mean, we keep on every weather like happens.
Clean up and then it's,
You know, Lord doesn't like winter, but a normal winter would be nice, right, Lord? So we're winning with it. Got it over the window with.
It's 900 days over the 6
90's a bit hot.
So do you want to increase your, what you have for, what would be your capital improvement for your, for the truck? Because you have it set at 25, that's not really enough. It's either purchase or to lease that would be enough for your, where's, what is that one, what, 940? 940. Because you have it at 25, but that wouldn't,
Maybe we can find out some more information before we do that. So I think where we're going. So we can increase it after. We don't have to do it right now. Just when we do the final budget.
When we do the final budget?
That's September.
Okay, so we would do like reviewing questioning and stuff.
This is the wish list.
So, going through it, does it make sense for us to add up every place they increase and then see how much it increases?
Well, yeah, I mean, like right now, it's just, is talking to the big who's, or what the final budget is.
Yeah, there's a
it's just a quick, we have to remember that page.
there's a grand total.
We got the grand total of 25.6 and then the grand total of 26.7. Okay. So we do this one.
Though
We're at now, but like they said.
we're still
so-
pending payroll,
Mhm.
so that's not in there. That's why it's
We just want to pick up.
we have it to 225.
Mhm.
So, you know, we can have to-
Yep.
Yeah, that's been the rest of this month, so I just did it.
No. No, those not calculated in there. Just some of the payroll lines don't have an estimate in there at all currently, so that's why it's so much less.
You know, the budgets of all the problem challenges you have, you are, you do not want that.
You know, point that out. They're dismissed. Way to find them out. Mhm.
For the revenue, there are a number of lines missing. RPA is supposed to get me this week some information on estimates for our grants on how much will be left and what'll carry over for next fiscal year, like how much grant money we'll be expecting potentially.
Is everything more preferred? The water first. Wardo. I see we don't have a 5-year plan.
Well, they know it's interesting thing, I did 5 years in here. Unless it's all comes from my interest. Probably my reason. So basically my plan, most of my percentages were below. My plan is just year what we did. The only major projects I got, still got to finish our, we started revamping the building up with the tank.
kind of get their opinions on it. I think maybe stick on the development or how it's listed in our society. The main building was done when you were in whether we just got finished.
So what line item are you talking with that?
That'll be in the water for buildings. There's a lot of things that
Building demand is 366.
Okay, 2 of 8.
2 of 8.
What number? 366, building maintenance and repair.
yeah, it's nice. That's what I was saying. Rest of the days, I was saying. Because I know, I think, I was reading how that order.
We're glad we got that.
Well, I mean, like I say, or to finish up, I got one up there. That's not about it. We spent supplies as we built a 2x6 and 45 of them. So I think that 32 that's on it. That's about it.
I think we take that 19 and drop it to 5.
Yeah, I would say.
Give us a little pressure.
Unless-
Do something at the one behind the park store, I thought you were gonna do a repair there or something, that you had your mark for.
There's. Unless they love making controls, but I think we're trying to get that.
Yeah, but that won't be under built repair.
Yeah.
That you were gonna do, or that you did. That's what I was thinking of, like, you open it.
It's also one of the standard relations to so that was really and then you know it's more of a general fund thing. Yeah, I think water and sewer I think actually you can have some line leaks you got that. You have one for the forest services.
Okay,
And then I'm asking about this. So we have so as far as the 930, which was the newer one I started. Actually, yes,
Oh.
When I started, 930 was the new one.
It's 11 years old now.
So I started having issues with it. That's one of the but other than that, I mean, we have the project done, we have the water project done. Equipment's good, except for, I mean, we have animation, except for obviously the seats here, but we're talking about the wall now. It's the place that I gotta say, I do a lot of labor companies and trying to ask questions. Just, it doesn't have a lot of so if we don't have bias, it's weird. Because remember we were putting aside that.
Like you said, it's like zero for machinery and equipment.
But there's 44,000 in 23-24.
Where do you want
You guys had to pull it out, or was it any of you guys had to, during last year, as well, you guys had to pull that out and make it work somewhere else?
I think there was some reason that found the power.
And move it.
We should have $20,000 in there.
What line item is that?
That's 940 on page 3 of 8.
So I've been coming to these for the last 2 years, you guys have been trying to put $10,000 here, and I know something last year, you guys talked about $10,000. I think that's what it is.
But anyway, like I say, we.
Why was your guy?
Well, we should wait and see general fund.
Yeah. It's. How much is the new more like that? There's a minimum.
15,000.
15.
Well,
It's going all organic.
Just sickles.
Fighting the dump working. No. Man.
The number of calls Jamie would get about the lawn.
remember last meeting, somebody wanted us to find a way.
I really remember that on over and water. Because
Yes.
so I bet and they don't come back. So
I believe that.
yeah, I think that's what happened. So water when we're doing the annual, or not the annual, annual
Mhm.
budget, we had to move money to make water whole. Because we didn't have our revenue, all of our revenue in. So, but
Yeah. We just, we don't have anything in the cooling grudge.
Because he said he was doing it the same, and I didn't enter it.
She said this to me last week, I haven't had time to sit down. We've been on.
Just plan on carrying out our students.
Just because it doesn't look the same.
Nothing written means it's.
I didn't take the time to put it in.
He just said make it equal.
I'm 226 off of page 3A, we need to reset 100. That's, closing allowance. Yeah.
So what?
1,500. Well, actually, 750 because it's split between sewer. What's that, I'm sorry?
Is not part of the collective bargaining agreement though? Yeah.
You gotta come to work dressed. That's everything.
But we were talking about it was in our already, community deals, that's one we really want to do something for us.
Well, we need to have the budget.
I don't need these guys to do it for us.
You gotta blow, you have to know.
I was gonna say you could get some like waiters and
That's your thing about everybody.
Quite a few of these budgets that are already on paper, so maybe it makes sense that we can make savings.
Instead of keeping them the same.
Instead of making them the same, it
Mhm.
makes sense to consider it down.
Are you looking at page 1 of 8?
I mean, every page has a few,
Like the consultant,
yeah,
the
356,
that one,
yeah.
that one,
That should be less.
yeah, that was from previous things that were needed to be addressed, so that will be there. And then, there's nothing you can do about it.
Because we're not ordering 44%, does it make sense to budget more?
What we,
It's a lot of it.
well, what we will do on, we're gonna get the money.
We have had 6,000 the last 2
What we'll do is
years.
we'll have a collective bargaining agreement, that's when we'll figure that one.
We don't know.
That underlying wages and termination change.
Operating supplies, not quite a little bit.
Yeah, 220.
I would say the year before I was going to do.
So we can do the piece of that. What do you use that for, word operating supplies?
No, 220.
Under administration.
It was 25, 26, it was set at 150, 284 the previous year, and it was 96, so it seems like. Mhm.
It was just like, you know,
Yes, that extra 89% on top of that 150 is getting me.
It really helped me.
Really helping out there.
I would venture to guess it probably had to do with like the consulting and stuff like that. It's way
I
higher
can
than what it was.
pull it.
previous years.
And we can.
let's say go 200 on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
not.
Motor vehicle maintenance, yes, you could, no, but that's at 124. To me, it makes sense that we would bump it up because it's not like vehicle maintenance is gonna be cheaper or any of the vehicles are just younger. Tires.
You buy tires for the.
Most of them.
This is
We don't think should increase water and sewer though, because the rate went up. So that needs to be increased.
what is that?
342 and 341, you electric and water, and sewer is 46. The only one that went up, well, over was electric, but water and sewer rates have increased over two. Increase
Well,
quarterly over.
Electric's gonna go up because of the building.
So the increase on will be over next year.
Let's get that at full time. 241.
Oh, okay. Or each budget modified by one of these. Yeah, maybe for the new.
Did you pay for water?
250 water and 275 sewer, that's getting popular. About 75 in each.
Three of these office supplies and.
Which keeps going up.
Well, the office supplies, we caught somebody there.
The posters,
Yeah.
off the. Postage goes up. The city box is really important, so you go up every month.
Office supplies, we was 136%, not including 1 month. But we had 340 the year before, so it's 300.
Probably not a bad idea.
Well, we just found out today if we go out, that's part of it, because the last school we got us in this, we had to use the weather agreement, so that, yes, and so the post office. It's not, they're on necessarily, yes, see,
I guess it depends on the deal they have.
Yes, it is, the mail is so slow.
they're gonna try to do this.
But they pay for that as part of the service, right?
Yeah, the label comes in process.
Because it has to go to the, how long does it do it?
With logging, yes, I was thinking.
It's the service principle, under it is, they are 3 of 3.
That's our, ARPA. No, I think that's the original loan that we have on the water project.
All of the principle. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe to 14,000.
It should be non-interested, so that's the much in the principal.
The interest would make sense because
Not when you compare the year prior, it's $741, and then it jumped up to 4,000, and that's about the
what
one
is it for quote?
I'm gonna venture to guess because it went from 18,000 for principal to 34,000. And that went from, interest went from 743 to 14,000, and that's what I think it's to the previous year, so I think.
Probably had something to do with how they before the previous year, everything was messed up.
We No.
We would.
But it's not, we don't pay enough.
They're getting their money right. It's just whether we
How we-
budgeted it or recorded it.
You want us to take over?
Then you got, they got, the Lakewood as the principal, not interest as a service.
Well, I should be getting some updated sheets on that to compare to our numbers before finalizing. So we shall know what it should be for sure.
That's everything. Well, not the base, just kind of like, it's like it back. And he was kind of, but on it in supplies, maybe six. 508, 220.
So did you say everything is up and being under, remove that to the general budget?
No,
Nothing,
we can't move money in around. To, enterprise account.
no, because it just, instead of studying.
No, it's only when it's, no, no, when you, money in water, sewer, electric roll over in general fund. So you can't move money between enterprise accounts unless you take a loan. Well, you can loan money across the town, like what's on page 4 of 8, interest loans to EU, which is electrical, which has been paid off. But we took a loan from the electrical.
So 508 operating supplies.
That's the thing, you have the administrative side. It's the, water terminals, it's probably also rolled in like the additional expense for the consulting, who's not going to be,
Okay,
you know,
won't be a problem.
you know, because we've got all these things that shouldn't be. $750. Like 3,000, 6 and 8,
Are you on the 708?
6 and 8,
That's gonna be our 7,
for the sewer facilities, repair and maintenance.
I think that one, because we had, job letters.
Mhm.
I think that's what most of that.
Probably because you don't have much in there.
Yeah.
You want to increase or you want to keep it as it is? Depends on.
We could, because we got, I know it's on there. So we need to contact.
All these posted ones.
Because it gets split between the departments.
Okay, we're over by.
We did have a lot of notices that had to go out this year for all the rate increases.
Word, no? Wait, my reading.
So the next step is.
Until. Is it September?
No.
No, when we have final revenues on.
No, we look at one other line,
Yeah.
and then we are final.
Is it?
So, but if we.
No, we
Oh, it's not
When
gonna
we're-
be
Yeah.
review, since these seem to me, adjustment.
Yeah. It takes a while to like find out.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah, those this month, next month.
So normally I think that's why it's. And then I think you worried about also like asphalt.
Speaking of living, should have been hit. The whole. No.
Okay. To public comment and adjournment.
I want to put
Okay.
that.
Just making sure. Well, I was pulling up another packet, and I was like, "Let's close this one." Oh no, I have. It was essentially changed to immediately following this one. But I
Oh, this is.
oops.
Don't panic me, I don't want you to go.
No, it's just because it was from the other. It is June. I can't believe nobody said. Usually, someone will say something. It happened one time before. And someone said this day.
Public comment. Agenda. All right, moving on to first city council meeting for January 1st. Immediately following the preliminary budget meeting. I'll call the meeting to order. Thank you, Clive. I'll see you in 12 hours.
No, you're good with
Yeah, 12 hours. Call meeting to order, public comments for items on the agenda. Move on to business license. It's not a business.
I may not ask for a motion to adjourn.
We can time out. I'll take your time out to take care of it. So I think the last thing we had on here was,
One more, I think, yeah.
it was,
There was one where there was like a duplicate.
Yeah, the one on 3113 like A3 got removed, looks like. And then there had been talk about not like how to word the alcohol permits for not double dipping. However, we do that. And it's so at the back of the business license permit, I attached the alcohol beverage license renewal, which I learned was a thing that we do. So we might not want to actually get rid of that because it's almost $2,000. Yes, it needs to be voted on because there's some unpaid. Well, I assume they got billed. I wasn't here for that. They will get billed now, a reminder bill. And then yes, they will get billed. Jamie did note that she saw on her calendar that there is a coming up of bill licenses, so alcohol licenses. So she will. Well, you will be doing that. Well, the 150 was beer wine, 250 was including liquor, and then I assume the 157.50 is nonprofit.
as soon as they got bills and stuff. Yeah, why? That's challenge. So I think the main thing was 313
Yeah.
or 3113.
Versus, I think 316 was it? The other side? Yeah, 316
Yeah, there were
was the other one that had a bit of discrepancy on the amount.
Yeah, they
refund.
said the fee would be, they would get like half their fee back, but then it's.
Yeah, but one said half and the other said nothing.
Yeah,
Yes. So I would remove that.
so now it's just fees forfeited, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's 3-1-3.
Thanks for the
Cricket. Yeah, thank you.
Well, it came up with budgeting. It's like, wait a minute, it's budgeted in here.
Okay. And all that.
These are just modifications of what we already got. Yeah.
And then
So
Continue, yeah, they
we
continued
will
it.
vote to approve
Nail it down.
Yeah.
Executive decisions have been made. Now decide if you like them. Essentially.
So I think one thing we had was, propane usage at the concession stand, which is under Propane will not be provided by the city, so propane will be talked about with the chamber. So basically, we can either decide to refill it. Yeah, I think we just trigger your cost to refill all that, because it's not gonna be much propane, it's a 250 gallon tank, and I think it's the gas stove in there that they're gonna do. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think it was 7 years. Yeah, before you fill up, and it was 50%.
Everything, yeah.
So when we say propane is not provided by the city, then.
Mhm. Well, it's just we use a very minimal, so most of the time.
They're not gonna make them. Unless it's said to me that means we are providing the propane,
We are, but in my opinion,
which is fine.
we should just be, it's part of,
I agree.
so,
That's why I don't know why the sentence needs to be there. If you know, in the middle of the first page, propane is not provided by the city.
Those
We said
executive
propane needs to be talked about
decisions.
with the chamber.
So take that out.
well, that, it should be with the chamber, it should be with that.
Probably.
If anything, it should probably be. Propane will be provided. I think it should just be.
Then change it to that.
Or just leave it
We
out.
wanna just like not talk.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Potentially, but then when someone asks, is propane included or not?
Well, then, if they hook up, I don't know, we got to cover of your house.
They're using the, then water.
But it's just for this, we use that, the concession stand, that doesn't hurt us. And how often we cover that?
It needs to be included in the daily permit.
It's a worse than this, what do we charge for just like losing consensus? To me, that should cost more than the people carry, because it's where it's figure out the drill. Everything else, why would that only be $25 compared to the city that the people carry is what we're talking about? To me, using the concession standards, a bigger cost to the city. Because it is where it's here, like those roads don't go to, forever, you know, that we,
It's holding up.
you know what I'm saying?
It's too long, it's hard to follow.
That's long as like,
But like we're in certain routes.
In the concession stand, they're making, potentially making money on a concession stand usually. So they should maybe pay more than what they pay for. So, they will go forever.
Who even uses the concession stand, usually other than like baseball. And so we're gonna charge them, you know,
It doesn't matter, it's very often.
yeah, I think the only groups that use it are,
I mean, if they include a propane now, and then we're only gonna charge $25.
Well, we can just add fees to that concession stand rental. And do $50 a day.
I don't know, so what I'm wondering is like, you know, if it is the baseball, if it is the baseball
They make no money.
teams, they don't,
they like the only people that
I
use
guess I'd say, but it's making money.
Well, you got nonprofits, so.
like
Right. That's what I mean.
Parks and Rec, they use it, but they're not
Right.
necessarily.
I mean, maybe we never rent it to somebody who's more, but.
You know, we can also, we can add,
could add it, but I think.
I think the asterisk down below, park fees are set as above, no fees will be waived. Fees can be waived by council decision.
Okay.
There you go.
No, I don't.
Parks and Rec is barely gonna be able to have that for people.
Well, that's not what I meant.
Yeah, I get it.
Never mind.
Well, that's just-
No, I think we need to,
No, it's an important conversation.
no, I think we need to have something that we have the power to waive it.
Yeah, so somebody's gonna come and make money off.
Yeah, like
it.
you,
They wanna charge.
if not that Spring and Rain were to do food, but if they wanted to use a concession stand to do it,
They'd be happy to
but then
record
because
it.
they're a nonprofit also, so. Really the only people who use the park for that use are nonprofit. But I like if we just have it in there that if we have a fee set and the council has the ability to waive it, then we can make that decision and not charge them.
Shelley, what were you trying to say?
It's okay. Okay. So, this lady is acting like I was trying to dig money out of the baseball team or something, so at all, when I was trying to.
Carry on.
I was just trying to say, we don't wanna go in the hole. If we're gonna provide the propane, we don't wanna be going in the hole. That's basically what I was trying to say.
No, that's why I think we should have a separate for the concession stand because it is. It's the refrigerators and freezers in there.
So from my understanding for notes, we're saying changing it to $50 per day for concession, and the extra asterisk is council may waive fees.
They wait fees if they're
Yeah,
discretion.
yeah, okay. Just making sure there was a lot of things.
The liability insurance is on there, how do you decide who's required to have that $1.5 million?
And there's a boat launch.
No, just says.
Oh, that's under boat launch too. Under the boat. So that's set by MMI. By minimum occurrence.
So anybody that's using the park has to get a $1.5 million liability insurance?
Or you got insurance or, you know, like the same thing with contractors.
So like spring break, so $1.5 million.
What's that?
Yeah, yeah, what's the difference, like? He's a cooking table, so that's not something.
I would consider that as a event. I'd like to spring break, 4th of July, and that, like,
Yes.
events, stuff like that is what I would think. That insurance will.
I'm not gonna.
No, I think you guys, from the park side.
Yeah.
So,
We're gonna try to see, right?
yeah,
It does currently say in that first section, the following conditions apply to all park uses but are not limited to these. And then it says the insurance, provide liability insurance. So the way that it's worded there, every single person would need to have, so that needs to be edited.
If we are going to require people to get $1.5 million event insurance for a birthday, so that, but actually buying an insurance. But if you don't own you know how hard it is to get an event insurance policy, like as a homeowner, you can add it on your policy, it's just a one-time, like a one-time fee, but for somebody that doesn't own a home and you wanna rent the park for a birthday party.
What I've seen is they're all different. You get liability insurance from my work, and it's actually not expensive. So I'm just saying about doing it. Yeah, absolutely. But we have to have people getting liability insurance if we're going to be liable for injury.
we're not.
But we're indemnified,
We're not.
indemnification.
The park is a at-use park.
It's your own use.
It's at your own use. The liability insurance or the event insurance is for that event. Streaming brain, if like somebody gets hurt there, then they're covered. That's what that insurance is for.
So just to make sure it doesn't sound like.
It can say an insurance like for events.
So that's what it has to imply in the policy. Is that there are particular events.
I guess is the question.
It's like a sliding scale.
Well, per our policy under fees, event fee more than one day makes it an event, technically.
So Say for you.
So more than one day is an event, and then if we add event, a note about event under insurance.
Technically, it's more than one because they have sex.
It would need some other note about what constitutes an event that's not.
I think we need to put something in there, so.
Mhm.
Is that all the one, sure. Waived by council.
I agree, because if we have an indemnification clause in there that the city not to be held, responsible for anything, then requiring somebody to take out that policy.
And just like the earlier was,
So,
in the March, we had the, we had to use 5K fund. And they carry insurance just in case, so that's not over one day.
so with a quick search, high risk activities, conventional hazards, commercial gatherings, alcohol sales and service, and large public crowds. So I mean, we could just put that in there.
Event,
And
this.
at the discretion of the city council, so
Mm.
Or the discretion.
get all that.
Nope,
Right.
Screenshot that.
that works.
Like a high risk event is not, a 30-year class reunion, I don't think they're gonna be 40-year class reunion, I don't think they're really high risk events.
That was 5 years ago.
No risk there.
I don't know if my class ever had a reunion, because I never heard about it. Just keeps going.
But that's what that is. Polarized settings is.
I mean, an animal might kick you.
So are we gonna let our commercial users of the boat launch channel just anything?
I think we're gonna have to send letters out to the ones we know to sign up.
They just got the licenses.
Yeah, I think honestly, you probably shouldn't start until January
I agree.
with it, so.
If there's a last year, if you want to circumvent it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not unbelievable to get your, pick up the trailer once you launch your boat. It's a hard road.
Hey, you know what? If you want to, you want to do the effort.
Well, it could be difficult.
So number 10, on the second page, alcohol and special needs. Comply with all state statutes regarding alcohol. It might make sense to put somewhere in there that insurance is usually required by the word insurance. I don't know if we wanted to say it twice, but I mean, it kind of makes sense. In that alcohol and special needs. Fine. And then say it again more.
Is there a state statute that requires the insurance?
We'd have to look more into it. That was just on that search that I did. It pulled that up, and it was looking at Montana, but you kind of what we did and just like.
Well, I think it's alcohol.
I don't know.
Yeah. That's what I see.
Special music system.
Yeah, I don't know why number 10 was has special needs, but then alcohol has special needs. Has special needs.
Any special.
That's a
needs-
sliding scale also.
Oh,
Yeah.
any special needs,
Special
equipment or
Equipment
services.
or services. What would the special needs equipment be? That the city would be providing?
Special needs or equipment? I don't know. That's what was there.
Guess I'm circling back to the nonprofit and whether or not I can do it, worry about it. If we make some money at an event, so I wouldn't see why we wouldn't pay if we were using a concession stand that has refrigerators.
I agree.
So why we couldn't still pay the $50 or $200?
No, which is if we have it in there that they don't have a way of.
Because there's a big difference between nonprofit.
Yes, there's a big difference between our.
It'll-
But they're making a lot of money.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
we would maybe say, for some reason, I agree, for others or whatever.
My notes for updates right now don't specify anything different for nonprofit, just that additional council has the right to waive or whatever. So good there.
We were here to the state.
Yeah.
Can you just say that?
Well, no, I don't think it's bringing up what the.
With our site,
Look, picking up what we put down.
Now, people realize they're,
Okay.
I'm gonna say what it was,
Because it states it in there, so we need to be like, well, are we superseding what the state is required, or?
Well, just make sure.
Comply with all state statutes regarding the like completely with. Police going above what the state says, or we do the state minimum.
well, I see what about that, so. Anything else?
Because as it is now, you can't have a personal cooler there, right? But
Yeah.
Some kind of salad.
Mhm.
my event.
We'll ask you all of this, but.
So much trouble over here. Shelley, that troublemaker.
Anything else? Budget meeting dates, we should set out for next week. Which is the 8th. Or we decide on the 8th,
Mm-hmm.
we continue on. And, so, the 15th, I will be out of town. So, I don't know if we want to do this meeting, I'm sorry, what's that?
Bump it out.
You'll be out of town?
No, you probably want to bump it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to move it up to the 8th or push it back to the 22nd?
Well, you also had the budget for museum and fire on the
Yeah, we
15th.
have to move that too, so.
Yeah, I just mean if you move that, the 8th might be long, but it might not.
Museum fire, I think that's.
What is today, the 1st? That I don't know if I can have claims ready.
So 22nd,
That would be better for me.
22nd.
And the 22nd.
Second for fire department and museum and any other miscellaneous.
And anything else you need, yeah.
And when do we have our next, business meeting?
That'll be the 22nd.
Oh, okay.
The 6 o'clock on 22nd for the
Yeah.
preliminary meeting or the meeting.
For the budget.
Okay. 7:30. Right there at 7.
So we need to do, so here's the thing, so 6 o'clock budget meeting and then we fall into business.
Yes.
Otherwise, if we say 7 o'clock, we have to wait till 7 o'clock.
Yeah, if we just say immediately following that business, meeting, so we just roll right on over for earlier.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Which means we could.
I'm going to the webinar, Steve, that is, I know. You are too. So,
So,
how least are you?
We're gonna just.
No. I don't think so.
Webinars though, they're not, it's not,
You're not
you
looking.
don't talk.
During the also.
Mhm.
I will just post it, though you guys will be attending a webinar.
Okay.
You can post it, yeah.
Yes, please, if you can note that.
I am.
Fundraiser. Saturday. I'll need some information. What's the fundraiser on Saturday? That's the fire department. Fire department?
Oh, wait, no, I heard about it.
Fire ops.
No, under the 13th, seeing how to do.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah,
13.
the other one. Yes, maybe.
13th.
Okay. I'll get details from you later. And we will post.
Looks like we have all the other.
We all took the same events.
So it's about the price.
Did all that?
Mhm.
No.
6 week pay from
6, 8, 17. Yeah.
All right, temporary utility ground hire. It's on there, we talked about it.
Because you asked me to put it on there. Yes, you did. It wouldn't have been on there otherwise.
Does anybody have public comment for items not on the agenda?
Generator. We had a lot this year. Was there ever an agreement made with the sheriff's department,
For maintaining it or what?
like a contract, because they were supposed to pay half? He had to go to there. Why did he pay us this year? Well, they're not, the amount's been running. Should they be whatever on that?
Should be, oh, there.
Should there be a contract between the city and the sheriff's department?
Should be
Typically a
something.
mutual operating agreement with.
It's like it's not his budget. The way it should be split, so. Or is it part of it, that's all too, but it's not fair for the city to wait for that.
Speed,
I do that. posting that on the Friday is that not for us too? Was discussed, you probably answered, why the new fire hydrant was moved to the location, so there's a bigger span between fire hydrants than there was. The new water thing. Do you know what?
I have no idea.
Is that one there? Kevin just said now that part of the park that needs to be.
No, it should have been replaced right away with that.
Because he he just asked me if I could find out why.
Yeah, I thought it was going part of the hole, not the one down the hole, right? No, it's the one we got. When we got the general. Yeah, the one you guys have called. It's like. Oh, I don't know, I haven't got it. Okay.
Is that between Dollar General and Iron Creek out there?
You guys got the stop sign.
Yeah.
Get ready to come out of the wall, like.
And come back to the road. I don't even know what.
Things have fire this winter.
Wallace's?
What's one next?
One that set down in the hole, so they brought that all up to grade.
The windows in the hole down.
I'll ask Chris Hanley tomorrow.
Maybe this one.
I don't know.
There he is.
I don't.
Yeah, you would look on the map.
I didn't go look at it.
Just curious, because now there's a sort of bigger distance between fire hydrants and there was before.
And Levi had the hydrants uncovered, he was going to use it better.
I know, and we saw that, and told him to get it covered, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta fluorinated water. A little bit anyway, but. We would have stuck a little bit, because actually they have it under pressure. They have water, they did their bacteria test today, and then they have to connect from Cecil Road. Up one more, one more block and, yeah.
Nice.
So,
Seems like they're going fast.
yeah.
Just make sure that the fire hydrant is facing the right way too. I just know that this one somewhere that was installed like facing backwards or something. And
Street drama.
you know, 'cause you couldn't get.
This golf course updates, I think I've talked to you. Yes, sir.
I've also learned what the first grade second on identity. The power line.
Okay.
Needs something to do with that. The tree needs to be better. Cover up the power line. You can't get on the tree drain down in.
Again, those are the,
Yeah, I do check. I read that. It doesn't check.
I will talk to the guys in the morning about that. And I know we're waiting to get the, pothole repair machine from the state. So, I just.
Yeah, it's just right in there.
Yeah.
That's the unit I did with our line. Go down there, you go down, you go down there about 100 feet, you can't even hardly see the power line, you're so low in the freezing. And I'm not saying with my wheel turn, you're staying out my eye, or you got a dog, tree, you get down there. I need to have what's good, the car.
Yeah. Mhm. Anything else? Okay. All four. So Aaron is safely cabinet, which is Cabin Mountain excavating is gonna start Wednesday. Mike's got, I think, like, all the trees bucked up down there. Yeah, it's pretty impressive what he did from Friday to today. I was completely amazed by that. I talked to Dusty Welch, and then we're gonna get one dump truck, which Jesse's gonna drive. Nothing. We're gonna get one on Wednesday for sure, and Dusty's gonna check schedule, see if they can do one more truck on Thursday. Hopefully try to get as much brush and everything over there. Jim Hammond ordered new baskets, paid for all new baskets down there. And I'll give you guys a little hint how big Timber Beast is, and you guys all heard it, Innova, this,
Yes.
Yeah.
Brand,
the brand.
it is.
He called them to order the baskets, and the baskets are usually $500. And they said, is this what the timber base? And he said, yeah, we'll give you 200. So, 180 people are gonna be here for that, just in the tournament. And that usually brings in about 500 people. That tournament does, it's good. And then it was also NBC Missoula covered the story on the. I'm gonna have, there's just
Just a chain basket.
yeah, there's a
Oh,
post in
the
it.
post is state
Yeah.
there, so it's just a new, okay.
So I'm gonna call tomorrow, about trying to sell maybe a load of logs out of there to recoup some costs. We probably have enough logs to sell. I'm not sure if it'll be one or two loads, definitely a load more than likely it looks like. So, and then, Dusty Wells is gonna get the, training room painted. I haven't heard, did Will say they're gonna pay half?
Yeah.
For that?
It's started today. Yeah, they may also have painted tomorrow. Farmers tomorrow, painted.
Okay.
And then the girls painting their side, so it means that. Cities are gonna have to.
The exterior is getting painted?
Oh. 3 days, and then they're gonna have a meeting room, and hopefully this next budget year we can do the other days. Cause the insurance only did a third. And it just looks tacky. It looks good what they did though. Yeah. It does look, it doesn't tell the front.
With that, the rural is.
Unless I did get you an invoice on Friday for that. You see for that.
So, yeah,
I've printed some, I'll look.
Okay. And then that'd be. And.
Shannon?
It wasn't, it was supposed to be paid.
Oh, I
For the training room,
Yeah,
yeah,
I got that.
think I saw that.
okay,
Just make sure it's all.
and we had money left over in one line, and it was, her maintenance is gonna use that for the training. We have $63-ish for roof repair that the insurance didn't cover. So we have $1,500 of donations, so $363 is what we owe out of pocket plus RPA, which is about $900. So, we pretty good on all of these. So, what's that? Yeah. For that.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we got. So, all right. Anything else on public comments? Items not on the agenda?
Good.
Oh,
Thank you, everybody. Adjourn the meeting.
Thank you.
No.